Welcome, Pokemon players, to another episode of Discount Pokemon Decks. Today's deck is Golduck. So, from the new Sun and Moon expansion. First, I just want to go over the cost of this deck. The main cards are Golduck, which is a uncommon in Sun and Moon, and of course Octillery. So, you should have an Octillery. You should have two Octillery in your collection. If not, you should be aiming to get it because it's good in a lot of budget decks. I know everybody... most of the people online say go for Shaman, just get Roaring Sky packs, go for Shaman. I think it's a waste. You could probably get about 6 Octillery opening up these packs before you get 2 Shaman easily. So you might as well go for Octillery, then you can use it in a lot of different decks, especially water decks. And it's a good card to have. And then eventually you know, if you want to go for Shaman, go for Shaman. You'll win a lot more. You could do a lot more with 100 Roaring Skies packs. You can easily pick up 2 Octillery and then make about 20 different really good decks before you get the 2 Shaman. So that would be my proposal, but you may choose to go otherwise. But in any case, Golduck is a rare card, but it shouldn't be that hard to get. I'm sure you can pick them up for a pack each, maybe even 2 for all 4, somewhere around there. So shouldn't be that hard to acquire. All right. The giveaways is going to be evolutions. I still don't have enough Sun and Moon cards to give them away. I have not been playing enough tournaments, so hopefully I will soon and build up my cash. But we will give away evolution. Again, be the first person to respond with the secret phrase. You can only win once per video. Only the first person with the secret phrase wins. Sometimes there's more than one secret phrase in a video. This offer expires in states where blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I should write some legalese for this. But in any case, let's get to the deck. The focal point. Now, I've seen a few Golduck decks, and they all, they need the break or their Palkia or something like that. I don't think that's really necessary. I played with this deck, and... So the focal point is this double jet attack, which is discard 2 water energy from your hand, and it does 60 damage for each card you discard in this way. Most of the time, you will be able to generate 120 damage, easily 3/4 of the time. So if you think about it, that's a lot of damage to do for a Stage 1 Pokemon. So it makes it a good, cheap deck. Are there better ways to do this? Sure. I think my Passimian deck is a better... cheaper deck, but you know what? Sometimes you just can't play the same deck all the time. You want to, maybe play some water, try something different. So, it's a good deck. I wouldn't say this is one of my top tier decks, but it's a good deck. It'll definitely get you where you want to go, and it's a fun deck to play too. So, focal point is this double jet combined with the Quartz. Anything that'll put energy in your hand, so energy retrieval. Put 2 basic energy in your hand. Obvious choice. Fisherman, also helpful. And, of course, there's lots of different ways to draw cards in your deck. Sycamore could be part of it. Octillery, you name it. Anything like that could help with the focal point. So, we do have a lot of synergy in this deck. Obviously, Dive Ball. We're playing a lot of water Pokemon cards. And so, Level Ball or Pokemon are 90 hit points or less. Let's see what else. We have 2 Judge in here. Of course, you have Octillery. You can usually afford to put Judge in your deck, and that will, do a little hand kung fu, disrupt your opponent's hand by leaving him with 4, which is a good thing to do every now and then. Of course, you can use N the same way as well. Let's see. We have, since we have all water Pokemon, Splash Energy. I only put 2 in this deck because it's more important to get regular energy in our hand. To do this attack. You can't use the splash damage for a deck. And it's not that, if you think about it, I only need to attack if my opponent's going to win, I only need 6 Pokemon, right, in theory. So, if he doesn't knock off an Octillery, if I'm just using these on these guys, they'll go back into my hand. And that also helps kind of speed things along. If you've played with decks, this is a Stage 1, unlike the Passimian deck, which is all basics. But, usually sometimes it's hard. You don't get the right cards in your hand. So this kind of helps along with that. He knocks out your Pokemon, they come right in your hand. If you've already got a Psyduck down, you'll have a Golduck and a Psyduck ready for the turn after. So it's a nice synergy there. Of course, 120 damage isn't always enough, so Bursting Balloon. We do have Pokemon that are weak, so my opponent's going to want to attack. So let's cause 6 damage. So if you add 60 and 120, that makes 180. So you're going to be starting... You're in the realm of knocking out EXs with that much damage. So, you know, there's a lot of other easy synergies in the deck. I don't think Rough Seas is a great pick for this deck. I do have 3 of them there, mostly for to win the stadium battle or prevent my opponent. You could probably drop this down to 2 or 1, or you know, maybe a delinquent and a paint roller would do it. But you know what? Sometimes it's come in handy here and there. Sometimes the best time I've seen this come in handy is if your opponent's playing Galvantula and he starts hitting your Octillery for 60 points of damage a turn. So obviously you can knock him out with the Golduck, but before he brings the next one out, you may want to play a couple of Rough Seas and heal up your Octillery on the bench. So, you know, it's a good use of that. Obviously, Float Stones and Octilleries go hand in hand. We don't want to be attacking with the Octillery, although we do have the energy if we need to do our 40 damage hug if it's necessary. I haven't used it with this deck yet, but I have used it in the past. It's a fun thing to bring out. Trainers Mail, lots of draw. I don't think this deck is anything special. There's no surprises. Pretty straightforward. Get the duck out. Put the energy, get the energy in your hand. Do attacks. Bursting Balloon. It's a nice, fun, simple deck. Good for kids. So we'll just go straight to a game and start giving away some evolution cards after this short break. All right, game 1. We are playing a lightning deck. Interesting. I'm curious what this is going to be. I didn't see any water in there, so I'm going to rule out Lantern for now. Raikou is the obvious, a Raikou Voltorb. No green in this deck, so no Vileplume. Well, we'll see. We'll see what my opponent comes up with. All right, we got a Psyduck. We have a Dive Ball. Trainers Mail, nothing to draw more cards, so I'm a little bit worried. I may play this Trainers Mail first, but who knows? I may get into a new hand. 3 Pokemon already for my opponent. And Raikou Jolteon, so we are facing a no-joke deck. I may not want to put Rough Seas out if I don't have to. All right, Jolteon doesn't scare me because I am... oh, I can't evolve him. But I can confuse Jolteon, so that'd be good. Let's see if we can get a draw card with this, which we need desperately. Yes, there's an N. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to give my opponent a new hand, and I like what I have here. I just want to make sure what I have. And the cool thing about it, I like... first, let's just do this attack that both Pokemon are confused. But I like having Pokemon that you're going to evolve. So you have a stage 1, and you usually don't care what the basic is, but I like having a basic that can actually do something, you know, to protect itself. And, you know, this confusion's nice. Granted, if I were my opponent, I'd go take the 50-50 shot on Flash Ray, knocking this guy out for the 30 damage. And he does, so I'm in a little bit of dire straits here. Remoraid. I have no other Pokemon on my bench. So I'm going to let that Remoraid die. We're going to get a Psyduck ready. And he can die straight up, but I'm going to do that. See what my opponent does. Because I don't really need to see a play an N. He might Lysandre the Psyduck, and there's a 50-50 chance he'll knock him out, but he'll go right back in my hand. I'm not that worried yet. I'm worried that I'm worried that a little bit behind. I feel like my opponent doesn't really have much to draw, so I don't really want to play the N yet until I'm ready to attack. Now I'm doing 120 damage. It's going to be a little short on this Jolteon to get him to 160. There we go. There's a tail, so I can retreat. This is fine. This is working out pretty well. And he can retreat this Jolteon too. So he's probably not going to attack with him. I'm going to play the Super Rod, even though it's a little early. Let's get these 2 back in my deck. Ooh, 3. Okay, that's good. That's perfect, actually. All right, so we're going to play an N. Hopefully we'll get 2 energy in our hand and attack for 120. We do have 2 energy. We have an Octillery. We have a Float Stone. We have a Lysandre. But I don't know if I want to let this Jolteon escape. But you know, I'll knock out this Raikou I just want to see what the flash energy does. Has no weakness. Oh, I can't Lysandre yet, but I'll take the extra card. Alright, so let's double jet. I'm scared I don't have another Pokemon on my bench. But I do have, I mean, there's plenty of, between dive balls and level balls, there's plenty in my deck. He can power up this guy in one turn and knock me out. Let's see if he evolves his Voltorb. I'm guessing that's what he's going to do. He'll retreat. Jolteon retreats for free. I'll be stuck with an Octillery. I do have a V-Seeker, so a little slow here. I'm like a half step behind my opponent. But he does have a Jolteon, so with 150 damage on it. So in theory, I could even use a Scratch or... Well, I'd have to use a Scratch attack to knock out this Jolteon. So that's how I can catch up. Oh, well, I'm going to catch up that way, too. Not what I need. So, obviously going to retreat, going to knock out my Golduck. My Golduck will go to my hand, though, so that's okay. So that's a good part of this splash energy. So I do get a Psyduck on my bench. This is not a great hand. I'm going to play an N. Ooh, I'm not going to play an N. Let's see, he'll knock out Octillery. I'll have a Psyduck and then I play the N. Unless I call... You know what? I'm going to stall for a turn. Let's think for a second. One retreat, then he can put him back and then attack me. Otherwise, he attacks me. He's going to knock him out. I don't like the idea of giving him a good hand. If I play an N, I can retreat and confuse this Raikou, and that's what I'm going to aim for. So even though I'm giving him 2 extra cards... Oh, okay. Do I have any energy here? I do. I have 2. And another Psyduck. Alright, so this deck's starting to come together a little bit. And I do have Octillery, which will give me some extra cards. So let's confuse this Raikou. I don't want to play this Trainer's Mail yet because I could get End out of it. I do have an Octillery to draw more cards. He could Lysandre my Octillery, but then he's going to be in trouble with my Golducks attacking. So this should be interesting. I don't have enough to one-shot the Raikou, but he's confused now, so... And that Voltorb did help me a little bit. Oh, nothing. So maybe he doesn't have another Voltorb Electrode. Maybe they're... Oh, let's see. Oh, he's got 1 Voltorb there. Probably 1 Electrode's here in his prize cards. See, it's good. Sometimes you have to... If you think just a little bit, you can figure out what your opponent has and doesn't have. So I'm pretty sure that's the case. It's possible that it's not, but let's see if that's the case. And the cool thing about this, even though both Pokemon are confused, once I evolve Psyduck into Golduck, my Pokemon will not be confused and my opponent's will. He's going to retreat. No, he didn't want to lose that double colorless. I would have put that on this Raikou. That's an odd choice. No, he's going to retreat and Flash Ray. Which is interesting because I should be able to knock out his Jolteon and it's going to be tie game again. Alright, I'm going to play... It doesn't matter. All our Pokemon will be revealed by either of these balls. I want to count. So I've got 2 Psyducks and 2 Golducks, right? So let's just get all the... Well, I've got to see what this Trainer Mail gives me. Ooh, I'll take a Bursting Balloon, actually. Because I can fill up my hand with Octillery. So Bursting Balloon, Energy... Let's get another Psyduck on our bench. And the cool thing is, I don't need to discard any energy to knock out this Jolteon. So I don't know if that was the best move by my opponent. I will take a full hand. And I can even play an N here and really hurt my opponent. Yep. Alright. I kind of don't, and I kind of do. You know what? If I'm going to play an N, I might as well do it now. I do. I want to hurt my opponent's hand, dropping him to 3 cards. I don't care if I don't get the energy. I do have an Octillery. Some more Bursting Balloons. Not a great hand. I may have to get rid of all of these to do something next turn, but alright, so scratch it is. We'll get 2 more cards from here. And it's now 3-3. I have a full hand. My opponent has 3, but he's definitely got more advanced Pokemon. I wonder if he got his Electrode out from his prize cards. Alright, that hurts me, and I don't have a way to get rid of that because all I have is Rough Seas too. And that Sycamore helps me too, and there's his Electrode. But he'll be giving me a prize card if he uses it. 120, 60. So he's in range for me to knock out with my Psyduck. I'm going to try to get rid of as many cards as I can. I have the 2 energy in my deck. I'm going to have to play an N, I think. And then, yeah, N and then Octillery. So I'm dropping my opponent down to 2 cards. But he has enough to do me in here. I don't have any more way to get rid of any of these cards. So I have to hope I get 1 more energy and a Psyduck. And I don't. So I will just confuse. And this hurts getting this Rough Seas. So now my opponent has to figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to try to attack with a Bursting Balloon? Does he want to retreat and lose this energy? Oh, he's got a Shaman. Interesting. I'm not sure what I would do if I were my opponent. I'd probably retreat and attack with this guy. And I'm totally hand dead here. Alright, he's going to retreat, attack, knock out my Psyduck. That's interesting. Oh, because he needs a 3rd energy to attack. No, knock out the Octillery. That's a good play. That might just do me in totally. Wow, I didn't even consider that. And I've got nothing to draw. Wow, maybe I should have went with that Sycamore before. No point in losing this. No, you know what? Oh, it's stuck to my... Let me see. Do I have 3 in here? I do have 3, so there is no point in losing this. Even though I don't really need it, but there's no more Bursting Balloons anyway. I'm not going to do enough to knock this Raikou out, so I need to confuse him. This is unfortunate. I'm going to play this Remoraid. I have a feeling my opponent has a Lysandre. If he has a Lysandre, it's over no matter what. That's all I can do here. So I think game 1 to my opponent. You know what? Let's do Thunderlands as the secret phrase. So that is a secret phrase. Be the first on YouTube to comment Thunderlands. And friend me in the game. Send me a trade offer. That really necessary? I think that's completely unnecessary. Oh, come on. My opponent playing full out. So good game to my opponent. And we're going to be back for game 2 right after a short break. Alright, back for game number 2. We are facing a Psychic deck. Mega Mew, maybe? So, game 1 went to my opponent. I think the he just had more resources quicker. Would I like to go first? Yes, I would. Because I can't really attack till I evolve those Pokemon. Ah, no Pokemon for me. He gets to see I have a Golduck in my deck. Alright, so my opponent has a Psychic deck. I'm going to assume it's Mewtwo or Mega Mewtwo. Which doesn't really bode well. If it's just straight up Mew, he doesn't even need to evolve it, because he can just keep doing a damage exchange, and he should have a pretty good results with that. I have no drawing capability in my hand, so that is a problem. There's a Trubbish. Alright, now I have drawing capability in my hand, so it's not as much of a problem. I'm going to put an Octillery on my bench. I mean a Remoraid. And I'm not going to play this Sycamore now, because I'll lose the Golduck and both Bursting Balloons. Not that they matter that much. But since I'm going to probably play the Sycamore, I'm going to use one now. There's no... I mean, the only way I would lose out is if my opponent plays N. But even still, I'm protected. In case he could throw a Float Stone on this and attack on the first turn. So I might as well have it there for protection, considering. Alright, interesting. So I've got the... Usually you get the other side of Parallel City where they shrink your bench, but because I'm a water deck, all my attacks can be reduced by 20, so Psyduck's, Golduck's only going to do 100 total. Ooh, what do we have here? Alright, Sun and Moon, Tauros GX. I've played against this a few times. It's kind of like, what's his name? Oh, this is nice. This is actually pretty good. This is working out well. It's like Machamp EX, where don't put any damage on him you don't want coming back at you. So you have to be a little bit careful. I don't have enough energy to do anything, really. And these Garbodors are going to hurt me. So let's get rid of this bench. Let's get rid of the stadium. I don't have any energy there, so I'm a little bit stuck. We'll just do Scratch for 20. Next, if I get one energy in my hand, which I could do with the Sycamore, the problem is I will lose all this. So, be nice. Alright. Escape Rope. Just curious, can he really do damage? I don't think he can kill me. I'm going to put the Remoraid up. Ooh, wait. Oh, Horn Attack can totally knock me out. I can't believe I just did that. I misread this quickly. So, if my opponent knocks me out, that's my bad. Holy cow. So, mistake on me. You know what? Horn Attack right there. That'll be secret phrase for game 2, because, again, I'm talking and not thinking. A little energy discard. Alright, well, I lucked out there for sure. Alright, but so now I could start doing damage on him, but that's tough. I'm in a little bit of a bind. You know, I'm gonna play it this way. I'm gonna put one energy on Golduck, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna Super Rod that energy back in my deck. See, I could have used the energy retrieval, but I'd rather have it in my deck, and I'm going to be a little low on getting my energy back out, so I'm going to need Fisherman at some point. Alright, so this should be interesting, because I'm only going to do 60 damage on this guy. He's going to be able to knock me out, but it's going to cost him a little bit. So, I don't think this is one of the better GXs. Similar to that Machamp EX, it's hard. You have to have damage on him, and then once you do get the damage, alright, so you get to knock one guy out, but then the next guy will come, and you know what? You have damage on your Pokemon, so it's going to be easier for me to knock you out. So again, if he attacks this Pokemon, he's going to get another 60. That's 120 damage on him. Yeah, he doesn't even have the cards. This is interesting here. Do I play Judge? I think I put the energy on the Golduck and play Judge. Oh. I can knock out this Trubbish, can I? 90. No, but he can't retreat. Let me think. 90, and I would do 60. My opponent, I don't want to play Judge if I don't have to. This is the dilemma I had last game. You know what? I'm fine without Octillery, I think. You know what? I am going to go for it. I'll chicken out. So we'll go after this Trubbish. I'm 1 attack away from 2 attacks away from knocking out. 1 if I use Scratch, 1 if I use Double Jet. Escape Rope again. I'll put the Remoraid again. Again, if he knocks him out, he's got 2 Garbodors potentially. So he's playing in. My opponent definitely going to knock this guy out. But again, if he puts a Garbodor down, then my Octillery becomes useless anyway. So may have to play without him this game. That's fine. I have 2 energy here. So still short of knocking this Tauros out. Interesting. My opponent cannot get energy. This is like the luckiest game in the world. And I'm not even doing that great. I have 3 energy here. Let's get another Pokemon. You know what? I'll go with Octillery anyway. Should be able to sneak him in once this turn and then once next turn after I get rid of this energy. I'm not going to play an N. I don't want my opponent to get any cards. Alright, that's good. As much as I'd like to get a Bursting Balloon on this guy, the next guy will knock out this Tauros, so if he leaves him there. He's got, what, 40 hit points left? 40 hit points, so should be easy. With 1 energy in this Golduck, I can do it. There goes Garbodor. Okay, knew that would happen. If I really want to later, I can knock him out if I get 2 energy in my hand. In a way, it's like kind of equal resources, right? He's got a stage 1 with a Float Stone. I've got a stage 1 with the Float Stone. He's got 2 actually, and one's kind of... we can both knock out each other's. So, Crushing Hammer. Don't like to see that. Another Tauros. Still no energy on this guy. Is this a... This is the oddest deck I've seen. I'm going to play the N now. As much as I'd like to wait, but I'd like to get 6 cards instead of 4. Pretty sure I'll get 1 energy out of what I've draw here. Good, and an energy retrieval. Still need that Fisherman, but no need to panic just yet. All right, we're gonna discard an energy, knock out this Tauros GX. Grab 2 prize cards. Meh. I need a Fisherman soon, and I need to use V-Seeker on the Fisherman. So again, this Tauros really can't do much. Nothing in my hand. Thank goodness I didn't play that energy retrieval. So I'm going to give him a few that was close for that one. And he's not going to be able to catch me with the energy in my hand. Oof. But I've put a lot in there, so that's a little bit scary. So I'm going to play this Trainer's Mail in the hope I can get Fisherman. So look, oh, there we go. Looks like my opponent's playing some kind of mill deck. And I'm going to play it now. I know he's got the Team Skull, but it's fine if it's only 3. I have a V-Seeker to pull another one. So even if my opponent does play Team Skull again, he knocks out 2. I'll pull back more, and I'm going to knock this Tauros out. If he plays an N, hey, this energy went back in my deck. I still have a V-Seeker somewhere in here. Pokemon Center Lady, interesting. This is like, he should just play Wailord at this point. There you go. All right, so not really sure what my opponent was doing with that deck. You know what? We're going to give another pack away for Mr. Fisherman. That came in handy. So, you know, might be better if I went with 2 Rough Seas and 1 Fisherman. And, you know, on second thought, I'm actually going to do that. Because I definitely needed this guy, and if he was prized, I would have been stuck, and it really doesn't help to have 3 Rough Seas. This is really just to get rid of my opponent's stadium, and maybe the small times when Octillery gets hit. But I don't see it as a huge need. You know, this is a good small deck. If you want to expand on this and, you know, definitely go with Golduck Break or Palkia or something like that, that's fine. But I think it does okay on its own, as you can see. That last deck wasn't a very good deck. Or at least my opponent didn't have a good draw. I didn't get the double colorless if he had any in the deck. Not really sure what he was aiming at. There was definitely some stalling going on there. So I don't know if there's someone else has made a stall mill deck out of those Tauros. But, you know, I think this deck, it is what it is. It's pretty good. Golduck gets a double jet. You get 120 damage. You can really put your pressure with another Bursting Balloon, that's another 60, so now you're making EX, and in that case a GX, think about before they attack you. So it's a cute little deck. It's not the world's best deck, but you know, it's fun to play with. So, and if you have some, you need some water challenges finished, definitely this will do the trick. So, all right, well, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you'll know when our next video is released. Also, check out our playlists, where you can find videos by topics like mill decks or cheap EX decks.